I am so excited to have in studio Maribel Gomez. And in the second half, we're going to have an amazing guest, Sottero Delgado. The three of us are going to be talking about the incredible journey from egoic love all the way to cosmic love with a stop in between on self-love. It's an amazing show lined up. Maribel Gomez is a student in my course on transcending the duality of your ego. The course is called Singularity, a course in transcending duality. And Maribel, it has been a journey, has it not?
Oh my God, yes, definitely has been a journey, and I've grown so much this past 2 months of just taking a course with you, the Ascension course.
and you know, the thing is, I've been kind of looking at your progress, but I really want you to share your journey with the audience, because what I saw was a hot mess.
Yes.
Somebody who was blaming everybody but herself, being a victim, not taking responsibility for your part in anything. Physically, it was taking a real toll on your body.
Yeah, it was taking a real toll. Oh my God, yes.
So why don't you start with the hot mess and the body and then the journey, and finally you're applying the materials in the course and making incredible progress. I wish we had a before and after picture.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my
what
God,
a difference.
You look so gorgeous now.
Thank you. Yes, so I mean, I didn't even realize that I was victimizing myself. That's the funny thing. I guess I was just so used to that habit of victimizing myself until you pointed that out to me. And that's when I started making the connections, like, oh my God, I've done this with my friends, with family and everyone. And yes, I would victimize myself, self-sabotaging, and I was only hurting myself because during this time, like, I was going through a really bad relationship. And that,
not only that, but lots of issues at home that were really of your making.
Of my making, because I didn't take personal responsibility and I never voiced out my opinions. So all this anger was bottled up inside of me, and that's when I started getting flare-ups, like in my skin, and
it was crazy, like
very crazy.
Whoa, your skin was on fire. Talk about anger turned inward.
Exactly. Woo. I was just unleashing that through my skin, and I would just go to you like, Dr. Parthenia, help me, please.
and then and what was so funny was when you showed up last year with the flare-up on your skin.
Already since last year.
Yeah, and then I gave you everything you needed to do,
all the tools.
Change your diet, all the tools, and then you did amazing, right?
Right.
You're just like, oh my God, it works.
Yes.
And then I go to Panama, come back, and Maribel's a hot mess again.
Yes.
So and tell them why. Why you can't look. You knew exactly what to do. You knew it worked. So talk to people about that journey, because it's insane, isn't it?
Oh my God, it was. I think, yes, I was already doing what you told me to do. And then after that, like, I guess I let my mom interfere. And she's like, no, that's not working. Let's go to Mexico and seek treatment over there with a dermatologist. But I already knew within my gut feeling that, no, that wasn't going to work. But I still did it anyway. No, it messed up my system even more.
Gut all the prescription drugs.
All the prescription drugs just messed me up even worse. And I'm like, okay, I am throwing this in the garbage. I don't care what my mom says. And and
then you come back to me.
Yes.
Oh my God, wanting me to feel sorry for you, right?
Right.
But then the thing is, using humor. It really worked with you. I just had to make you laugh at yourself.
That's true.
And I had to laugh at you and, use this, tough love. Right. But you also, the tough love is really just the truth, isn't it?
Yes, it definitely is the truth. And I think it's better to just laugh at oneself because, I mean, what I did was really dumb. I mean, I already knew what to do.
But you came to me wanting my pity. And wanting me to feel sorry for you.
Right.
Oh, Dr. Grant, look at me.
Yes, because I wasn't getting that at home. I'm like, Dr. Grant, please, like, help me again. So this happened back in February. And then that's when I'm like, okay, I cannot keep having this vicious cycle of flare-ups and then feeling sorry and then doing it all over and over and over again, because that's what was happening.
Well, and basically because I was like, girl, I'm through with you.
Right.
Okay.
That's what it
look.
took too. Tough love.
You know, look, you're coming to the wrong place. I already gave you, you already know it works.
Yes.
And then from February, though, with the tough, that's where you seriously
Committed.
You had to commit to yourself
Yes.
and taking care of yourself, because at the end of the day, you were putting everybody before you, correct?
Oh my God, yes. I have always done that. And I don't know, I guess I never really loved myself. I guess I started noticing that I'm like, no, I really have to set my foot down and, be clear with what I want.
Well, and why is that so hard for people like you? To just, it's so simple. If you don't take care of yourself, then you get resentful and angry and frustrated, and you get sick.
Yes.
And who else is going to take care of you?
Right.
That's the real question. Like, what is that all about?
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, I think through the sessions that I went with you, I realized like, wow, I guess my childhood traumas and what I've gone through since I was a child has kind of made me get used to doing what other people say.
Well, and at the same time, though, it's very interesting with you.
Yes.
You literally traumatized yourself.
That too. I took it out on
with
myself.
your stubbornness,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And your unwillingness to like literally just look at the truth, listen to the truth, and embrace the truth.
And embrace it.
Were you able to like put that all together?
Right,
Or was
yes.
it unconscious when I pointed that out?
It was unconscious until you pointed it out, and I'm like, oh my God, okay, she's gonna have no pity on me. She's leaving within a month or so. Like, what is gonna become of me once she's gone? I'm like, I really gotta make the change.
And honestly, that's a good point, because with you would have just continued.
Right, I would have.
If I hadn't said, Maribel, look, come on.
Yes.
What are you going to do when I'm gone?
That's when it really hit me. I'm like, oh my God, that's true. I'm not gonna have anyone.
Well, and I also realized that I was not doing you a service by continuing to be so patient and so long suffering with your nonsense.
Yes.
And it worked.
Yes.
Lo and behold.
It did. It worked. I took the tools that you had given me before and I applied them, and I even went a step further and did the whole fasting and committed. Yes. Yes.
Because at the end of the day, your situation was so severe that if you had not been willing to make some sacrifices, because that's the thing that I see is that people want instant cures. They don't want to take responsibility for what they're putting in their mouth, for the thoughts that they're thinking, for their behavior, and that everything has consequences. That is really the journey.
Yes,
right?
That is really the journey. And I think I kind of embraced it. I did the whole fasting, and I think that was wonderful. Like, I started seeing the dramatic changes within my skin, especially the way I thought.
You are glowing.
Yes, thank you. Yes. And then I lost weight. And I mean, I got a lot of bashing from my family and friends. Oh my God, you're too skinny now. What are you doing?
Nobody's ever happy, right?
No one's ever happy. When I was a little more chunky, oh my God, you're too chunky. I'm like, as long as I'm happy with myself and I feel fantastic, and the fact that I have this under control, and literally it's under our hands, what we put in our body, and also our spirituality, everything is interconnected. And
you can't just do one.
Right.
Right, because you were initially just trying to, and that was the missing link, like last year, was that you were just trying to do the physical when the mind controls everything.
Oh my God, yes.
And you can only keep going backwards, because this is the funniest thing. You had to tell that story. When you were at my house and I was showing you how to make the probiotic, the kefir, the coconut kefir.
The coconut kefir.
This girl is so powerful in terms of her thoughts that you're scary.
Yes,
how you can, but it also showed me the collapse of the manifestation principle and how quickly we're manifesting things. But some people like you just have this gift, this ability to focus on something and boom.
And do it within that split second or 15 seconds later, and it happened. It was crazy. Oh my gosh.
So I'm going to let you finish the story. So I had just made a big, and I have this like really expensive blender.
Blender, the Vitamix.
The Vitamix, and I had just made a whole big Vitamix full of the coconut kefir for her, and had poured it into another container. Everything was fine, and I was using that little black thing, you know, like to stir it.
The typer tool.
Yeah, and it doesn't even go down where it can. It's not even possible for it to hit the blade. Right. It is impossible. You can push it all the way down. It's made where it will not hit the blade. Yeah. So I make the next one. You're sitting there.
Yes.
Instead of helping, you know, she's being little Miss Princess. Let's Dr. Grant do everything with her legs crossed. And she's staring at the blender, and I have the whole thing full, and then I'm doing the same thing, and boom! The whole thing explodes like the black thing. I'm going, and I turn it off, and there is chocolate like everywhere on the ceiling, all on the floor, and I can just barely turn it off. And I'm going, oh my God, what happened?
Right. And you were in confusion, and
I was going, wait a minute, this is not possible for this to happen. And tell them you just sat there and went, what did you say?
Yeah, no, I was giggling because I'm like, oh my God, like when she was like blending everything.
Well, the first time you thought it, but you didn't.
Right.
You kind of like got rid of it. The second time she focused, concentration on the blender.
Yeah, so I focused on the blender, and I'm like, what if this tapper tool goes all the way down the blender and it just like splatters everything and that thing breaks? So that's what I focused on for like 10 seconds. I'm like, this is gonna
it was
happen.
probably about 16 seconds because that's all it takes is 17. No, it was 17 seconds. That's all it takes. And she sat there and watched it, and everything exploded. And she's laughing.
I was
like,
I was giggling.
Like, I think I did that. And I'm going, you think you did that? Okay, because this isn't even possible, Maribel. Okay, it's not even made for this to happen. And I did make you help clean that mess up.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was such a mess. Yes.
And then that's when I was like, girl, you know, and you even said, now what if, and I was thinking, what if the positive, okay, so share that.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, what if I use my manifestations to, you know, do good for humanity? Like, wow, what if I manifest, like, you know, cleaning the oceans, the environment, you know, the air, everything.
Hey, what a concept, Maribel.
Yeah. Instead of using it for negativity or.
Exactly. Yes. So this was an incredible journey of Maribel learning how powerful we all are. We are infinite, and we have this mind that is so amazing and unlimited that really is the question. Why are we getting a Ph.D. in stupidity and harming ourselves and others and the planet, pretending like thoughts aren't things, pretending that we're not projecting all of this negativity in our environment, pretending like we're not co-creating this nightmare on the planet when we really could be creating peace and prosperity and heaven on earth. Got to learn self-love before you can really move into cosmic love. And that's where you are right now, Maribel, right?
Yes.
You're just learning how to love yourself.
Oh my God, yes.
How does that feel?
It feels great. I mean, I used to be in really abusive karmic relationship, and I think that I was
relationships, right?
Well, relationships.
Than one.
True. Yeah, but this recent one, oh my God, it was like he was like, I don't know, a demon from hell.
Well, you needed to get that beat down, though, didn't you?
I did.
Hey,
no, I
you
definitely
just
did.
couldn't learn any other way.
No, I think I needed that, and my problem was that
hard-headed.
Yes, very. I would always look for love in the other person, and I was like,
it doesn't exist there.
It doesn't exist. And I was like, why is this happening to me? Like, oh my gosh. But he was like definitely reflecting like a mirror of my flaws and what I needed to learn about myself. And that's when I got out of that relationship, when I started realizing like, oh my God, like who can love me more than myself? Like my parents can't, and boyfriend can't, and happiness dwells within me. So the love and the happiness was like, wow, I have power over that.
Well, and now we have Sottero Delgado. He's joining us in studio, and we are going to have Sottero share with us his journey from egoic love all the way to self-love, and how he was able to connect with cosmic love. And so you're in for a treat.
Yes.
Meet Maribel.
Hi,
Sottero?
how are you? Nice
Okay.
to meet you.
Meet
Yeah.
you.
Do we have him on camera yet? Okay, I'm not seeing him. Okay. All right. So I met Sottero, this amazing human being, when I went to the Conscious Life Expo, and I thought that I was there to meet. Who was that we went to see? We both saw
David Wilcox.
Oh, David Wilcox.
Yes,
but
yes.
actually, you were the highlight of the expo.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah, not David, because I'm going to have you share this amazing story with the audience. But let's let the audience meet Sottero Delgado.
Hello.
And I want to call you the cosmic connection in terms of teaching us how we can connect with cosmic love through Mother Earth.
There is an opportunity for all of us to be able to enjoy life again as it was meant for us to be enjoyed at one time when we were kids.
Yes,
we were
yes.
all happy, we were all joyful, and enjoy being in the outdoors, meaning
Yes, nature.
nature, being in the mountains, being in the where the hills were, and becoming
Well, we're wild and free, right?
Absolutely, yes. Being in touch with what we would call nature, and nature can be an area where you can walk. We have Griffith Park.
Oh, yeah.
And
Lots of parks in
we
LA.
have other areas that they seem to offer something that it talks to you.
Magic.
It's an invisible communication that you may establish, and all of that will make you drift away, if I may say that, from those things that worry you, that concern you, that would otherwise not allow you to be yourself.
So, Sottero, how do we know that we have freed ourselves from the clutches of our ego? You have a question that you ask yourself.
A thought came to my mind, and I said, when do you free yourself? Meaning, when do you become happy within yourself? And then I answer myself that question: when you are no longer yourself.
Right. See, that old self, we're talking about the egoic self, that's not you. And you remember that old you?
Oh, yes.
Girl, that's the one I wanted to slap, right?
Yes, definitely.
Who needed to be slapped, right?
Yes.
And how does it feel now that you're moving into your true self, your I am, which is what we're learning?
It just feels very liberating. Like, I feel like a child again. Like, I see everything, like you said, with the eyes of a child, very playful, very optimistic about life.
And happy.
And happy, just blissful every morning, being grateful that I have another day to just work on myself and get into, singularity just with my higher I am. It just feels
by doing
great.
the work. Now
Doing
you're
the work.
finally doing the work in the
Yes.
course, right?
Yes, finally.
You
After
were
being
playing
stubborn.
around for
Yes.
a long time.
Procrastination, thanks to the ego. My ego.
Who is not your amigo, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so Sottero, would you share your journey with us out of self-loathing and self-destruction and all the way into cosmic love?
Absolutely. I had no idea the path that I had been through, and actually what was really happening to me.
Yeah.
I remember being unhappy, not having joy, always being worried about just about
Everything, right,
everything.
yeah.
And of course, having to deal with the personal relationship,
course.
knowing that there are children involved. I have kids, now
Yes.
they're adult kids.
Yes.
But there is always that feeling that you are not yourself for some reason.
And because it's true, your ego is not you.
I get that, yes.
You were missing the real you. Where is he?
I really was, but I didn't know that, you see.
You know it
And-
now, though.
Oh, absolutely, yes. That gives me a lot of joy, by the way.
Exactly.
It has to do with becoming in contact with things that have not been tainted by pride,
Exactly.
by ego.
That would be nature, right?
Absolutely, yes. And what is it that it is? You can always go and talk to someone, and a person can listen to you, and you get a sense of relief of knowing that someone understands you, what you're going through.
Sure.
But
at the end of the day, you got to do the work.
you got to do the work, and then things
the
may.
teacher or the therapist is only the guide.
Absolutely, yes, yes. What I found was that by becoming in contact with those things that are not tainted by the
ego,
ego and things in life, was what unknowingly gave me the opportunity to free myself, if I may say that. And at one time, I had been into a long and serious argument with my girlfriend at the time. And I ended up driving on the street, heading from the city that I live in to North Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
As I went through Riverside Drive, as you know, Riverside Drive goes through Griffith Park.
Griffith Park, yes.
And you have choices of getting on the freeway. Not knowingly, I started driving through Griffith Park.
Yeah.
Right at the Pony Rides. And
there are mountains
and
there.
there are mountains there.
It's
and
beautiful.
The trees are, some of the, at the time the trees were green, because
Yeah.
sometimes the rain doesn't come in and
Right.
everything looks brown. As I drove in, the nature path took me away. I did not know that, I tell you
Right.
that. Took me away from my thoughts.
And your ego.
And my ego took me away from my feelings, and I began to renew myself.
The anger melted away.
The
all
anger
the
melted away.
frustration, right?
Yes. I just look around, look to the left, look to the right, look in front of me, and all I would see was just natural
Beauty, right?
beauty, natural
Yeah.
contact with nature. And
You're in the moment now.
I was living that moment, yes.
Yes, totally,
I was
completely.
present, if I may say that
fully
also.
present.
Yes.
Fully present.
By the time I got out of Griffith Park at the end of Riverside Drive on Victory Boulevard,
Right.
for the next 30 seconds, I realized what happened to me. I don't feel the same way.
Exactly.
I noticed that the anger had gone away, my worries have gone away, and I just sort of have a personal, private smile. I said, wow, I feel good.
Okay, so now let's move into the cosmic love part of it. And you told me about this process where you literally connect with Mother Earth physically.
That is possible.
That's powerful. So if you could share that with the audience.
This process did not occur right away.
Of course, it's not overnight.
It took...
But it's being in the moment.
It being in the moment, yes.
repetitively. Yes.
Just to briefly describe you, my first contact with nature going through Griffith Park must have occurred between 10 and 15 years ago.
Wow. Okay, so it's been a journey.
It's been a journey. So
Yes.
it has taken that long to understand what I feel now.
And to now be able to share it with us.
Yes, absolutely.
With the
I
world.
will be happy to.
Yeah.
Just to tell you, I drive through Griffith Park every day.
And you had never even noticed all this magic around.
No, I never did. And now
Because we're in such a hurry, right? And we're in our head.
Absolutely. There is so much in life to know and to see.
With new eyes.
With new eyes, exactly, that we kind of ignore it.
And we take so much for granted.
Yeah, absolutely, yes, yes. The rain, the beautiful days, the bright
The
days.
clouds, when we don't have chemtrails. Every day I look up, and when we don't have chemtrails, I just go, oh, it's so beautiful. Thank
hallelujah,
you.
we're not getting
Yes,
poisoned today.
I thank
Yes.
nature. Every time I see a tree, I hug it, I talk to it.
The way my process began was naturally, 2 weeks later, I ended up coming to Griffith Park because I had the same problem. I had an argument. I noticed it dissolved. And then a week later, and then it became apparent
habit?
to me that there
Yeah.
was a benefit.
Yes.
So I recommend to anybody who has the opportunity to visit any park or just walk on the mountains.
Nature.
You will feel the difference.
Water, the beach.
Yes. What becoming in contact with cosmic love, as your show nicely projects today, it is a process of recognizing and understanding that cosmic energy, it's everywhere, and it comes from nowhere.
And it's free.
And it's free, and it's available all the time.
When you're in the moment.
When you are in the moment and you are ready to catch it.
Exactly.
Right.
Just become aware of it. That's it.
Absolutely. By looking at trees, I realized that trees offer some kind of joy.
They do.
They offer some kind of energy, if you want to say.
Nurturing.
And nurturing. And then I realized also that trees are exposed to cosmic energy.
Yes.
24 hours a day.
Yeah, they have their hands
night
out.
and day.
Yeah, and they give us oxygen.
They give us oxygen.
Yes.
And not only that, they are anchored to Earth.
Yes.
Which is another source of energy.
Tree of life.
So
yeah.
I discover, of course, I did some reading of some popular authors that do talk about the benefits of being in contact with nature.
Okay.
Later, in another shows, if the opportunity presents itself, I can tell you who I actually learned a lot from.
Well, you can mention one or two.
Well, this particular show was Kung Fu.
Oh, I love
David
Kung Fu.
Carradine.
The original one? Yes.
White
Butterfly.
Chinu King,
Yes.
remember.
I grew up with that show.
And there are masters, Master Po and Master Khan.
Absolutely.
And if you watch and carefully read or listen to the series, you will definitely learn a lot about nature.
Absolutely. I grew up with that.
That was-
All
that
right,
was-
Kung Fu, guys, with David
Yeah.
Carradine. Come on.
That was
Old
one of the
Old
sources I
school. Okay.
Then one day I decided to get near a tree. Of course, I had to disregard what other people
We're
thought
thinking,
were
yes.
thinking about it. I had people laugh at me while
Of course. The tree huggers.
And if you whether
We
I
have to
ex-
speed it up, though, because
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I experienced something extraordinary. You begin to collect some energy
Absolutely.
that will last probably for the next 2 to 3 hours. That's one of them. And of course, later I discovered that it is possible to have a dialogue with planet Earth.
Absolutely.
And
the
if
trees.
you like to know more about it, I can talk to you more briefly.
Yeah,
into
we
what it
will
is.
definitely bring you back on the show to talk more about it. But go ahead and give us a brief.
What I have
example.
discovered and realized is that every person, every human being, can become in contact with planet Earth.
Absolutely.
And what I do myself for the last 2 years, it has helped me tremendously, is I lay down on the ground, I look for a place, specific places.
On your belly or your back?
On my belly.
On your belly.
And I make sure that my face makes contact with the surface
Like
of the
one
earth.
side of your face,
Yes,
okay.
and my hands are stretched out forward.
Okay. All right.
And I begin to have a talk, if you will, and I actually feel the energy the planet Earth is handing me over.
Now, are you don't have a blanket or anything? You're just
No,
laying
I
down.
just bare-
Nothing in between you and the earth.
And
Okay.
nothing should be,
Between
not
you.
even cement. It has to be.
It has to be the dirt,
the
sand,
surface, the
yeah,
ground
surface,
surface. Yes.
Okay.
And it's a process that takes anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes.
Well, there's an electromagnetic field of the earth, and I walk barefoot because that's how you ground yourself and you connect yourself. And the earth was designed to take all of our negativity and
Absolutely.
transmute it and turn it into positivity. And our heart is so smart that all of the toxins that we take in, our body pushes it to the bottom of our feet. And if we walk barefoot on the earth is so loving and nurturing. It will pull those toxins out and transmute it right into Mother Earth. How beautiful is that?
I feel a cleansing going on when I do that.
Absolutely. Yes.
And as well, planet Earth does need love.
Yes, absolutely. And
And-
we can give it to her. And appreciation. I think it's so, we're just such ingrates, don't you think?
Absolutely.
We have everything given to us and we just walk around, like, okay, with this entitlement.
I became aware that, planet Earth provides us everything that we need for ourselves.
Food, air, water, it's all there.
And planet Earth loves us unconditionally.
Yes. And just gives and gives and gives.
And it asks nothing in return.
Nothing. We could
So I
just
figure out
appreciate it.
someone has to do it.
Thank you. Why not us, right? I love it. That's what I love. You know, and when I met you, Sottero, it was this sweet innocence about you. He and I were everybody was like all gathering up in line, you know, to talk to David Wilcox. And I was just like, he was chilling, you know, up against the wall. And I was like, look, I'm not gonna get in that maddening crowd. I'm just gonna chill and wait patiently. And he's sitting there just looking so adorable. And he compliments me on my dress. And I just, you know, I don't normally just talk to people. And he was so delightful. And I am going to bring you back on the show just to share some of your incredible cosmic experiences that you've had as a result of connecting with Mother Earth. But we're out of time. Oh, we have 3 more minutes. Oh, wait. Okay, so we got 3 more minutes. So you might be able to share something else with us.
I would.
Well, go ahead. You got 3 minutes.
The contact with planet Earth, it all happened just for no reason. You know, most of the good things that happen in life to us do occur for no reason. They come out of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is a source, if you want to call it, love. And in a particular show, it's called Cosmic. The journey to become in contact with cosmic love.
Yes, absolutely. That's the thing.
And the understanding that I picked up from cosmic love was that we are cosmic beings. We belong to the
we
are nurtured by
yes.
the infinite, by the universe.
Yes.
So whatever is out there, that energy that comes and fulfills us, I would call it cosmic love.
Yes.
And many people call it God or other names.
Or whatever.
But it appears
but
that
God
it's all the
is
same.
love, and love is God. So yes, cosmic love is God.
So it came to me an understanding that when Jesus Christ was in, if you go to read the Gospels from John and others, that when Jesus Christ was taken to the mountain by the other friend, by the devil, and then after so many days he was asked, if you are the Son of God, would you turn these rocks into bread?
Yeah,
right.
Because he was fasting.
Right. And Jesus
so he
Christ
was tempted by the devil.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he asked him, man does not live from bread alone, but from the word of his Father, right?
Yes,
he said that.
Absolutely, from the word
and then,
of God.
who is his Father? Well, his Father is God. Who is God? Is the Heavenly Father. Where does God reside?
Everywhere.
God resides in
Everywhere.
the cosmos.
In everything.
So I came to the understanding that the cosmic energy that fulfills all of us, it lives in the cosmic is the Father energy. And when we are receptive to this love, and one way of getting acquainted with that is by becoming closer with nature.
Absolutely.
Then things begin to take place.
So there's the balance of the divine masculine and the feminine right here on earth. We have the cosmic love and the divine feminine love that you have connected with. Oh my God, thank you for sharing that. But you said something about after having experienced cosmic love and what that was, that you don't need anything else. And it's like you can't even fathom how you could go into a relationship with someone else, an intimate relationship with someone else who has not stepped into that realization. Because for me, a relationship, an intimate relationship with someone else would not be something that I need. It would be a preference. But I'm whole, perfect, and complete the way that I am. And adding someone else into that could really disturb my equilibrium if they're in their ego. So I have no interest in relationships with someone who is still in their ego. I'm just done.
I understand that.
And so I totally understood where you were coming from. So take it from there.
Thank you, Dr. Grant. This is at a soul level.
Yes.
Life has so many good things to offer.
Yes.
Every day, every moment, every time. There is not one single moment that life is not good.
Thank you.
Except
when we're in our ego.
That
then we're
happens,
miserable.
Yes.
I get asked that question. How you doing, Sottero? I said, I'm doing great. And then after so many times, when are you not doing great, Sottero? So that
was the old Sottero that wasn't doing great. So even when people are crazy, I'm doing great because that's not my stuff. Yes. That's their stuff.
I I have come to understand that real love is not what it is. It's not what you see around.
Absolutely.
Loving relationships are not really what there is out there.
Thank you.
But a way to come into a loving relationship is realizing that two people can share their thoughts, their feelings, but without taking over each other's soul.
Thank you. Ownership.
Yes, manipulation,
Control.
At one time, I wanted to, I've been deciding to write so many things, and I wanted to discuss soul ownership.
Oh my God, right?
And
this is single soul occupancy here, right? I can't bring somebody else into this. Go ahead.
So by understanding that souls are separate entities of each one of human mean individuals.
Yet we're connected.
We are
We're
connected.
still one, but we have our own individual identity.
And if one self would be able to look at another person, to look at the person on the eyes, look at the person image,
Yes.
and say that, and if you develop a smile, and if you really look deep inside that person, you will find out that that person is like you.
Yes. That's the
There-
connection.
there is
We're all
something
connected.
that is part of you, and I will explain this feeling some other time when we have the opportunity. I had an experience that I don't believe anybody else has had in history.
And I believe you.
And it has to do with realizing that the person in front of you is the image of your own self or what's going on inside of you.
Yes.
If
that's
you
true.
are happy, you project joy and happiness to that person.
That's so
and
true.
that person will reflect back to you.
So that's why we have to bring Sottero back next week. Are you available next week?
I think I
We
am.
must finish this discussion.